Well, how's everybody doing? Figured y'all deserve an update and let you know what's going on. The last update was just about wiring or something. I don't even remember. But yeah, absolutely nothing has really happened, I don't think, since that last video. Well, it might have. I worked on it a little bit, but I mean, it's done. It's been done since the cops were here that day to inspect it. You guys probably know nothing about that. I had the police come out and inspect it. What happened was, I got this thing, it had a title with it, okay? It was a 1925 title, and it was signed over to a car dealership in 1933. The paperwork never went through. Somebody, I don't know, it was either the person that owned it in 1925 took it to the dealership and traded it in, and it sat there, or the people at the dealership never resold it, or I don't know, maybe they went out of business. Right, all I know is that the dealership isn't in business anymore, I don't think, and everybody that used to own it or purchased it possibly is no longer with us. They're deceased. So yeah, this car didn't have a title to it. Somebody had signed the title that was like a owner of a dealership. A dealership signed the title and then never sent it through and had it transferred into a dealership name or anything like that. And also the title was for 1925 Model T. This is a 1927 body. Also, this body has absolutely no numbers on it anywhere. The frame's homemade. Everything's just kind of different parts. It's like a 25 leaf spring with a 27 body with a 34 axle, or so. I don't even know. I'd have to look and see what all the, I don't even know what half this crap is. The rear clip's out of a 83 Monte Carlo. It's got a 3-link setup. The front end, I think he said, the 34 Chevy front end, and I'm pretty sure it's been narrowed because it looks like somebody welded on it. You can't see in the video. Actually, it don't look like somebody welded on it. It looks clean, but it's all rusty around there, and it's a little bit different. Like, you can just tell that particular part of the very middle of the axle is a little different than everything else. So it seems like somebody's cut and welded that, but they did a really good job. Somebody cut and welded the radius arms didn't do a really good job. Everything's kind of, I don't know, I had to do a lot of work to this thing, but the point of the story is that title didn't match this. There's no way I'd even be able to use that title, since 1, it's so old, 2, you can't read half of it, 3, everybody's dead. I'm not a relative. I can't just go magically get a birth certificate or a death certificate. So yeah, I've been going through the process of, I applied for a VIN number. Like I said, I had the cops come out and inspect the whole thing, front to back. It passed inspection. Everything's good to go. They are aware of, I'm putting different headlights on it that has built-in turn signals, but they're also aware that right there's the wires for the 2 turn signals. So that they know that, you know, this thing's street legal. They approved it. They signed off on it. So I took pictures of it. I did all the applications and the paperwork, the affidavits, all that crap. I can't even count how many papers there were on one hand, like a bunch. Filled out a book. Had the police sign off on it. Took pictures, sent all that stuff in. Had it overnighted to Indianapolis. It got there at 9:36 a.m. this morning. And they didn't do anything with it. They didn't charge my credit card and take the money off. So yeah, I was hoping they do their part. Since I did all my part that they told me I needed to do, they do their part, all that would get done, and then I'd know something by, you know, the beginning of next week, like Tuesday, at the local license branch. Or at least I'd get a phone call, something. But no, they didn't take any money from me, and they didn't apparently do anything with it, because I never heard nothing about it. And when I called them to ask what was going on, what's the status of it, they didn't know who I was. So that's awesome. So pretty much I'm waiting on a VIN number. After I get it approved for a VIN number, I got to buy a VIN plate, get it stamped. Not a big deal. Pop rivet it somewhere with special rivets or something. Blah blah blah, whatever. I'll stamp the frame. I don't care. They don't really care either. They just want the money. But after I get the VIN number, I'll be able to go up and apply for a title. After I apply for a title, I'll be able to get it plated and insured. So, I'm pretty much just waiting and waiting and waiting to drive this thing. Everything's done. It's ready to drive. I mean, it's brakes, gas pedal, shifter, switches, lights, turn signals, steering wheel, everything you need to drive it. It's got tires on it, you know, everything you need to drive it. And I can't drive the damn thing. It's making me crazy. I mean, look at this. This thing just wants to be driven. Bone cold. You know, stone cold, bone cold, whatever. It's cold, not been running. Watch this. Well, I'll give it a fighting chance. 1 pump. This thing wants to be driven. It wants to go. Oh yeah, by the way, I put mufflers on it. Mufflers. Oh, I bet your neighbors are just loving that.